Thank you, FMJPI, for giving me this opportunity to address your members. My name is Ramesh Nair. I head JLL India. JLL India team is a team of close to 12,000 of India's most knowledgeable and best connected real estate advisors. Our teams have spent their entire careers building unbeatable experience and relationships with occupiers, owners, and investors in all the key markets in India. You can rely on us to give you best in class real estate advice to achieve your ambitions. With that, I'll come to the main presentation. I'll today talk about, from an occupier perspective, three aspects. One from the transaction aspect, second from the project management design aspect, and thirdly, from the facilities aspect. All three I'll try and cover today. It's a half an hour session, so I'll be talking a little fast. So, from an occupier perspective on the transaction side, what we are seeing is many institutional landlords have become a lot more flexible today than what they were 3 months back. Vacancy numbers have started increasing. We are seeing that also in co-working. We are seeing a lot of vacancy levels increasing, and the regular office space also vacancy levels increasing. A lot of small co-working players are beginning to shut down. Many landlords and developers today are willing to do capital expenditure to do their interiors. Previously, most of the times the occupier was doing the interiors. Today, landlords, in order to attract the occupier, is willing to do interiors. Rentals in many markets have corrected anywhere between 5 to 10% in the last few months in most parts of India. Today, the landlords are willing to look at lesser lock-ins. Tenants are insisting on that as they want more flexibility. Some cash-rich occupiers, corporates, have also are looking at buying office space more than ever before. What we are also seeing is many occupiers who had gone slow in terms of decision making between March and around July, August have started taking decisions around September and October. So a lot more decisions happening. Last year we saw an office absorption of around 46 million square feet. That this year is expected to be around 25 to 27 million square feet. So big amount of drop in office space absorption. After a lot of wait and watch, like I said, a lot more decision making happening now. A little bit of a worrying trend for landlords is also that some tenants have started giving back, they're surrendering their space back to the landlords. So overall, the office market is struggling to fully recover from the disruption and uncertainty. The final quarter, which is this quarter, the final calendar quarter of the year, this is the quarter which usually provides a boost for leasing activity as many companies get their deals signed. So we expect a pickup of transactions in Q4 of this year, calendar year. Definitely not the magnitude what we saw in 2019. What we're also seeing is COVID has definitely accelerated corporate transformation, and so many trends have been speeded up, and that's those trends which were very slow before pandemic have been kind of speeded up. And today, a lot of CEOs are realizing that their business may never operate in the same way that it did prior to the pandemic, and organizations need to address the evolution of office and employee requirements. So 2022, 2021, we believe should be a better year, and especially given that there's some good news coming around vaccines, especially after first quarter of next year, and should be a good year for and a lot of corporates will make responsible investments, and there will be radical workplace transformation according to us. Uh, Over the last 3 years, flex space, which is co-working space, was accounting to a substantial share in net absorption. But new demand from co-working players has come to a literally halt, and whatever deals which got done this year, many of them, most of them actually, were only a spillover from 2019. And co-working spaces definitely have been and operators have definitely been impacted, mainly because they have a lot of exposures to freelancers and SMEs, and these freelancers and SMEs obviously give very less lock-in periods, and it's easier for them to kind of get out. In the short term, we expect the demand for co-working to fall, but in the long term, businesses will need flexible space to provide a variety of spaces, workplaces for their employees, which we believe will definitely benefit the co-working industry. What do we think about the future of office? Offices are here to stay, so offices are not going anywhere. But we believe its format and functions will change significantly. Office demand to remain broadly consistent with pre-pandemic levels over the long term. Like I said, we did 46 million. It's not going to come back to 46 this year or next year, but over a period of time, definitely it's going to kind of come back to that number. The continued trend towards remote working and office as a collaborative space centers around innovation is definitely accelerating. We believe work from home, at least in the short term, which I would say is 1 to 2 years, will have around a 20% impact on office space demand in the country. An increase in remote working will have some impact, but not too much of an impact. A lot of people have been saying 50% of office demand will go. We definitely don't believe in that. There will definitely be a lot of technology innovation happening, and there would be preference for working in urban and suburban, which would be also influenced by commuting patterns and ongoing attraction of occupiers towards the CBD. What do we feel will happen in 2021? Companies will invest a lot more in technology and to better understand how the spaces are being utilized and adapt accordingly. Healthy and smart buildings will become the cornerstone of workplace strategies. Investors and developers will design buildings and spaces to achieve net zero carbon emissions to address climate change. So sustainability and climate change will become big discussion points. Future, where do we see the future workforce? Companies that are currently facing challenges with increased levels of stress, distrust, and disengagement due to work from home, people staring constantly at computers, sitting at home. To stay ahead in 2021, many organizations will need to create agile ways of working and give time back to employees while remaining adaptable and to business needs. We also believe that companies will end up creating workspaces that focus on a worker-centric model. Companies will value choice and flexibility to optimize employee experiences. A hybrid work model will become the status quo, and expect a significant shift in flexible space operating models also going forward. Many landlords will self-perform their own flexible space, and they will do this by partnering with flexible space operators. What are we seeing from a design point of view? uh, Mostly contactless will become king. Two main areas of risk in a modern office. First is the air you breathe, and second is the surfaces one touches. So health and wellness will be in the forefront. Offices will need to be places where employees want to be, rather than what employees need to be. So that's a very important point where employees will want to spend time. Offices will become a place to learn, socialize, and connect with each other. Offices will deliver on collaboration, will deliver on sales connections. Offices will create new memories that matter. There will be a lot more focus on emotional, physical, and digital dimensions. Offices will have to focus on the wow factor to attract employees, and repurposing office space is will truly drive memorable experiences. Policies that adhere to social distancing will be there in the at least in the short to medium term. Lift constraints, toilet usage constraints, Canteen food court constraints will be key bottlenecks in the short term. Companies need to be seen as doing the right things for employee safety, and spaces will not flow into each other so much anymore. Previously, all the spaces would flow into each other, but that's going to stop. Many companies will also look at de-densification, which means giving more square feet per person. Making buildings safer, cleaner, healthier will become a lot more important. Measures that help filter and destroy bacteria and viruses from indoor environments will become very, very important. And a lot of sustainability programs, like I said, will get accelerated along with green programs. There'll be apps to guide when to reach office, where to sit. Employees will want to feel safe and protected. From a design point of view, wider corridors and contactless pathways will become a norm. Air filtration, air circulation, air ventilation, wood displacement systems all will become very important. Touchless elevator controls, such as foot activated call buttons, would become a norm. There will be a lot more discussions around antimicrobial materials in new construction. Ventilation systems that allow for removing potentially contaminated air will become important. We believe open offices that enable and encourage people to spread out will become more sought after. There will be more staircases, more operable windows, roof decks, and more outdoor terraces within office. And there would be more air certification and wellness standards. Older buildings will have to upgrade their air conditioning systems. On the design front, on the internal front, we believe there will be more open plan offices which will get changed. Last 10 years, we've seen a lot more open plan offices coming. That designs will go through a change. Open offices were anyway under pressure before COVID started. The same space, we will have more physical barriers. New space design to offer not will offer privacy and separation. That's something which is disappearing over the last 10 years. We believe privacy and separation will come back. Physical barriers like cubicles and offices will make a return, leading to additional spacing between employees. There would be plexiglass dividers between workspaces as physical barriers. Touchless technology, whether it's automatic doors, voice activated elevators, cell phone controlled, like your hotel room entry, hands free light switches, and temperature controls will become a norm. Reducing the number of flat surfaces where germs can sit, that'll become a priority for a lot of companies. More partitions between departments, which was changing again in the last few years, and more sensor activated technology. There would be a lot more plant life indoors, and door-free entrances for restrooms. There would be door-free entrances for restrooms, like when we see in airports, there are no doors, and that's an easier way to enter restrooms in airports. And there'll be a lot more antimicrobial furnishing within offices. This is what we believe will be big changes from both a design point of view, externally and internally. From a safety point of view, on the external safety point of view, I think lift capacity will be limited. The number of people who can travel in the lift will become limited. Footfall routing would be there in all offices. There would be UV lights for air handlers within the ducts. Separate section for visitor sitting. Temperature sensors at every building entry gates for employees. Automated baggage scanners. Metal door frame detectors to avoid physical frisking. Touch-free turnstiles will become a norm. There will be containment zones for longer queues. Elevator capacity will end up reducing, and there will be multiple smaller cafeterias as compared to one large cafeteria which we've been seeing over the last few years. So hands-free access to the cafeteria will also become important. On the internal side, additional costs for touchless doors, touchless sanitary features, touchless showers, temperature checkpoints, motion activated technology, and movement tracking apps will become important. Stricter distances between desks, monitoring occupancy levels, and seating protocols become important again. Paints that kill germs will become popular. Update and display safety measures. Companies will update and display safety measures regularly in common points. Workplace usage, cleaning, and meeting room protocols will come up, and UV phone sanitizing stations would also become common. What are our clients asking us every time we speak to clients? What are they talking about? Today, our clients are asking us on the facility side on much better technology solutions, more technology solutions. Clients want more transparency in terms of cost. Clients are looking for more health and safety initiatives, which is the utmost priority. They want assurances from firms like us, that the workplaces are safe. Clients are asking us for what are the new HVAC guidelines. They're looking at us for more indoor quality needs, improved user experiences, improved minimum staffing of outsourced service providers. They're looking at cutting staff strength around that. They're looking at our guidance in terms of change in cafeteria related processes, increased technology investments, looking for our guidance in terms of business continuity planning, and how to make rotational attendance success, and also in terms of guidance in terms of how can we use online collaborating tools, technology tools to make things more effective. In terms of design and project management, clients are insisting on a lot more transparency than ever before on cost. They are requesting us on how they can defer their capex investments. They want to avoid non-critical spends. They want to have better user experience, better safety products, more converting into touchless features, more automation. You're also looking at realigning existing portfolio. How do you create an existing portfolio and a work from home? So this hybrid models, hybrid offices. Many clients are coming back asking us to on guidance in terms of how to increase space per person for social distancing. Better remote monitoring. Can there be remote monitoring of construction sites? Touchless technology again, treated fresh air, bigger cafeterias, more space within cafeterias, better air purification systems, and a more pessimistic timelines when they are fitting out. Clients are saying, I'm not going to finish. Previously, if I could do it in 3 months, I'll take much longer to kind of do this. So those are some of the things I wanted to kind of share with this group. My high-level thoughts on some of the things which ideas, some of the things which the facility management community should think about as you guide your internal business stakeholders and decide on next steps. With that, I'll come to an end of my short session. I hope the group got a few good things to learn from, and I could share some good ideas. Thank you again for attending, and thank you FMJPI for organizing this with the facility management network. Thank you all. Have a good evening.